Hey there everyone, welcome back to Supreme Book Dealer. My name is Wes. Today we're taking a hilarious trip down memory lane with a book that's been a beloved favorite for readers of all ages. Now, before I introduce the book, I just want you to know that this is one of my favorite series of all time. I can probably only think of one or two that I like more than this one. I love this series and I spent my childhood reading these books, and so this is like nostalgic for me, and just reading this book, rereading this book was just so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm talking about the one, the only, The Adventures of Captain Underpants by Dav Pilkey. And as you can see, this is like 20 years old. This copy is so old, but I've always kept it. I have the whole series, or most of the series, behind me in the back. I love this book. And if you enjoy laughter, if you enjoy creativity and a dose of superhero silliness, then you are in for a treat. Once again, I love this book. So even me giving a review might come off as a little biased, and I apologize. I try to be as objective as possible when I review books, but let's just jump right into it. As always, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me give you a quick overview. The Adventures of Captain Underpants is the first book in a series, and it introduces us to George and Harold, two prank-loving fourth graders who hypnotize their school principal, Mr. Krupp, into becoming the superhero we all know and love, Captain Underpants. As you can imagine, chaos, hilarity, and epic adventures ensue. So let's dive into the review. So the first thing I will talk about is the humor and the playfulness of this story. One of the most prominent features of this book is the humor, and Dav Pilkey's writing and his illustrations are downright funny and will have you giggling from start to finish. And the book combines clever wordplay, toilet humor, and plenty of visual gags to appeal to readers of all ages. It really does not matter how old you are, this book has something to offer to you. And I think one of the things I love about this book is it's so lighthearted. Like there's not really any stakes. Like I don't have to read this book and worry about too much. I can really enjoy that ride. And I love that about this. I truly do. So we spoke about this with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And similar to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, this book has a very unique format, right? And it includes this thing called Flip-O-Rama animation, right? And that adds on an extra layer of fun. It's when you put your hand or your finger on a piece of the page and you flip it back and forth. And when you flip it back and forth, a small piece of action ensues. I just think that's very creative, and that's just a dope addition to an already amazing book, right? So the illustrations are simple yet expressive, and they complement the narrative beautifully. The hand-drawn artwork gives that book a personal and charming touch. It really gives off this comic book-esque type of read, and I just love it, you know? So let's talk about the actual story, right? So George and Harold's friendship is really at the heart of the story, and their bond is so endearing, and they use their creativity and their resourcefulness to turn ordinary situations into extraordinary adventures. And it's really a reminder of the power of friendship, the power of creativity, and the power of imagination. And those things really like they boil this story, and they really make this adventure as unique and as warm and as welcoming and as lighthearted as it really is. So another thing that I truly enjoy about this book is Captain Underpants. It's a great read for reluctant readers. So kids who don't like to read can really immerse themselves in this story, right? Because of the pictures, because of the drawings, because of the simplicity. It really, if a kid doesn't like reading and they ask for a book, this would be the first book I recommend recommend to them, right? The book's humor, its comic style layout, and short chapters make it an accessible and engaging choice for young readers, making it an excellent getaway into the world of books. This book can be that bridge to make a non-reader into a reader, and that is something that I absolutely love about this book. There's also a lot of legacy and impact on pop culture. So the Captain Underpants series has had a significant impact on children's literature. It's been celebrated for its ability to engage young readers and ignite that love for books. The series has also inspired a successful animated TV show and a feature film showing its lasting influence on popular culture. Man, this book, I was about to curse, but man, this book is so effing dope. I'm telling you. Obviously, I love this book, but what are my final thoughts? My overall impression of the Adventures of Captain Underpants is it is a hilarious and imaginative read that's perfect for kids and adults who want to relive that joy of childhood humor. It's a reminder that sometimes we all need a little bit of silliness in our lives. Like, it makes life so much more fun. And I'm just so happy that we have books like this. And I just praise Dav Pilkey for creating such a magical experience. Like, this book has really impacted me and has really allowed me to grow as a reader, because as a kid I was very apprehensive. I didn't really love reading until I really learned how to read, and this book really helped me along the way. And I know it's done that for so many people, which is why I just have nothing bad to say about this book. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this review of The Adventures of Captain Underpants by Dav Pilkey, one of my favorite books, one of my favorite series of all time. I am a grown man and I still read this book, which tells you how dope and how awesome it truly is. If you've read the book, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't read it yet, I truly hope that this review has encouraged you to pick up a copy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay updated on more book reviews and literary discussions here on Supreme Book Dealer. Once again, my name is Wes. I love to read. Be well and keep reading. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.